Welcome back to the Forensics Unplugged channel. In this video we're going to be talking about why the new hashtag shorts feature on YouTube I think is a complete waste of time for content creators. It's going to be a constructively negative video, this, with the aim of hopefully something positive coming from it, because I hate random bitching, you know all that, so there's a message at the end of this. Now first of all, what is YouTube Shorts? Now if you watch the channel, my main channel and the backup channel, you'll see these silly videos, not silly, but portrait videos if you're watching them on your laptop or PC. You know, that's the way you watch YouTube. If you watch them on your phone, they might appear normal, like they fit the screen fully, so they're more designed for phone. There's a YouTube Shorts beta application I think they've rolled out in America and India, and they're testing it, but any content creators all around the world can create videos in a portrait format, and as long as it's in a portrait format, less than 1 minute, and it has hashtag shorts in it, YouTube will categorise it as a short, and it publishes and handles those videos slightly differently. Now it's something that's been released to compete with TikTok and Reels on Instagram. So if you're not familiar with what TikTok and Reels are, well, humanity has hit a new low. If the aliens are watching from space, we've digressed from the 1970s through to where we are now in 2021, where we're like zombies watching this utter garbage on our smartphones. And it is utter garbage. From what I can see, like on TikTok, if it's a woman, no sexist thing, but what's presented to me, maybe it's because I'm a pervert and that's what I look at. What's presented to me, if it's a woman, it's these scantily clad in lycra with amazing bodies, and the same tune comes up, you know, dun 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 dun, and then they break into the old sort of shuffle step videos. Everyone seems to be doing that. Or if it's a guy, it's like some guy sitting in the car doing something, driving around, you know, and that's it, that's all I get. And then you don't search for these, they just come up as a stream on your phone, and if you don't like it, you flick onto the next one. So YouTube's probably gathering data on which ones you're watching and which ones aren't, or these TikTok and Reels are, and learning about what to present to you. So that's essentially what it is in a nutshell. Now this is an incredibly popular platform, it's growing, and it's awful, that's my point of view. But now YouTube is offering its equivalent of this hashtag shorts to its creators, and it's encouraging people, it's encouraging YouTubers to go and use it, go and create content for us on shorts, because we want to compete with TikTok and Reels and shut down the competition, which is what YouTube should be doing. So there's nothing wrong with that. Now, and this moves me on to the next part of this video. One of the proudest things about Forensics Detailing channel is that we're prepared to fail. We are, as I said, when I hit my 100,000 subscriber video, we're specialists in failure here. Respect. Specialists in failure. And what I mean by that is I will do videos that might fail but haven't been done, so I'll just try something new and fail miserably. 99% of every time I try to do something new, it fails miserably. But then you get that one success, and by failing 99 times you learn a bit more, and life is all about failing. The problem with YouTube, and we're digressing here into moaning, the problem with YouTube is it is reliant on, you don't have to fail to succeed on YouTube, because the way most channels research what to do for videos is to look at what everyone else is doing, see what's popular, and just go through all of the channels and just recreate all their popular videos. And if you do that, you don't have to fail to learn what works. So that's the biggest flaw, and the YouTube algorithms, instead of punishing that type of activity, promotes it. Okay, trust me, I could talk about that for a long time. It promotes the hacking into other people's content, and you'll do well if you do that, unfortunately. Now, as well as specialising in failure, going back to that, you know, for the last month or so, I've been failing with hashtag shorts and putting out these videos. Most of them fail. Now, one of them, I got hit, you get a bite. It's like throwing a fishing rod in the water. You're just waiting, you've got like 20 fishing rods for each video, and suddenly you get a bite on one of the fishing rods. And a little YouTube shorts I did on cleaning the glass seals out just took off, you know, and kind of went micro viral and did like 100,000 views in 10 days or something like that. I'll show the graph and you can see exactly what I mean by going micro viral, where a video starts and then it just usually dies off, and sometimes they just suddenly spike up and do really well. Something in the algorithms, it's popular, people watch it, whatever, it's in demand, that subject area. Now interestingly, shorts will be less search based because it's a flick, you know, it's less searchy based, so the algorithms for it are probably going to be slightly different. Anyway, digressing. What was I going to say? So we get one hit. We finally get hit for all the failures on shorts. This hit does 113,000 views in 10 days, something like that. Now, here's the reason why shorts are utterly useless for me as a content creator, because I've just had my hit. How much revenue have I got for doing a video that does 100,000 views? Not many of my videos hit 100,000 views. I've probably had about 20, maybe 30 in 5 years of doing YouTube. Most of them do 20,000, 30,000 views, and that's it. 20 or 30 have managed to get into the high clouds. It's like firing a rocket off, seeing how high they go. This one got into the high clouds. Normally when you do 100,000 views on a video on YouTube, that might be about £300 revenue, something like that. It might be 200, might be 150, might be 100, varies massively depending on what you're talking about. That's another contentious subject. Very dodgy that is, but I won't go into any of that stuff. Now this video that did 113,000 views, the revenue for that video, wait for it, is £15. So for some reason, because YouTube shorts are not like normal videos, they can't be longer than 60 seconds, they can't plug in the mid-roll adverts in them which generate higher CPM. So the net result is you can do millions of views on shorts and you're going to make no money whatsoever. John, it's not all about the money. It's not all about the money, you're right, but it has to be there if you're a full-time content creator, or it's just not worth doing, because, you know, doing the old tap dance with the selfie thing and that music going there, you're not going to do that for fun too many times, are you? So YouTube has to reward content creators for getting those views with decent return on revenue. Now, YouTube must be aware of this problem, and the fingers out, YouTube must be aware of this problem because it's created an emergency fund of, I think, don't quote me on this is just my opinion, of $100 million, is it? That it's going to set aside to give to YouTube Shorts creators. Well, that's great. Specifically because they're aware that YouTube Shorts don't make any money. So for a company to put aside $100 million to give to people because something's wrong and it's not a fair system, that tells you it's a major problem. So my opinion is YouTube, if you're listening, and you won't be, I've fed this back, they've got billions of creators, so they don't listen to any of that feedback. I want to get involved and give them my thoughts, but you know, they can't, it's just a drop in the ocean, my thoughts, so I thought I'd do a video on it. If you want creators to actually bother with this short stuff, don't create some arbitrary fund that I've got no visibility over, that you can just dish out to people, because I won't get a penny of it for starters. And we'll never see how that fund is distributed, you know, unless I'm wrong. Apologies if I'm wrong. What you should do is just set up the monetisation so that if someone does 100,000 views on shorts, they get a fair return for that. That's a lot of money. You know, if we go down to St Mary's, my local Premier League Southampton football team, they can hold, what, 30,000, something like that, and they fill that out and they're able to sell like 50 quid a ticket from that 30,000 attendance. Not all those matches go on TV. So their audience of 30,000 can generate them, you know, $500,000 or something on match day or whatever the ticket sales are. So what I'm saying is 100,000 eyeballs on a piece of footage is quite a powerful thing in terms of revenue, and YouTube gets the benefit of that. You have to give that benefit back to your creators, because that's a powerful thing. No content creator can do stuff that reaches 100,000 people where you get a return of £15 for doing that. That is just ridiculous. So this is my thoughts on hashtag YouTube Shorts. I'm prepared to fail, or I wouldn't have bothered doing it in the first place. You wait, you know, what will happen as well, you'll see it, you'll start seeing other channels. If I get more hits on some of these stupid short videos I'm doing, you'll start seeing those appear, you know, all over YouTube, because other people have spotted that it's a hit. And again, instead of going through that failure process, they'll just go, oh, that's a hit, I'll just do that. So you'll see it happen. And that's, so as well as me competing with the fact that YouTube aren't going to give me any revenue for all these, you know, for the one success I have in 100 failures, I've also got to compete with the fact that other content creators aren't going to go through the failing process to discover the bite. So it's all, YouTube could really, you know, listen to this and like change its algorithms, change its funding to promote the people that discover stuff first, and also promote the people that fail, and also penalise those that do the opposite. Then you'd have a much better, healthier platform. I'm smiling and laughing. I love doing YouTube, don't get me wrong, but there's lots of flaws with it, and they're usually around its algorithms and how it works and all that sort of stuff that I'm not always too happy with. So I don't know if this video is going to be of any interest to you guys. Probably not as such. I'll just get on and keep making videos. I'm not interested in your problems with hashtag shorts. I couldn't get my monkeys. Some of you will be, hopefully. Let me know what you think about the shorts we've done on this channel. Let me know what you think about this subject area. Content creation and all this stuff is very important to me because it's what I do. It's the cogs behind the channel, behind what you're watching. I'm always looking at those cogs and trying to understand how they work. So that's YouTube Shorts. That's why, unless YouTube make changes, Shorts are not worth bothering with. There's another thing I've noticed as well that came out recently that's really got on my goat. YouTube have introduced a new beta which has been running for years called Applause, and they've only given it to like a tiny handful of channels, so that on every video you can click, if you like the video, you can click Applause and give that channel some money. They've given it to like a tiny percentage of channels. They've not looked at that. So what they've done is they've created an unlevel playing field for content creators as well, where a small percentage get access to something that others don't, which can make them more money. That's not right. You should do a closed beta and pick your closed beta very carefully, and keep that closed beta set for a set amount of time, 6 months, learn from it, and then decide if you're going to issue it out across the board. Do not do a random beta like that where you create an unlevel playing field amongst creators. That's bad as well, because there are channels out there that are probably trying to start out and are struggling to make money on YouTube, and there are channels that are probably established and generating tons of money, the small tiny ones that make it to the top and get mega bucks. Well, you shouldn't really be beatering it on the channels that are making tons of money. Give it to your starting content creators that are just, you know, you can see are pumping out regular content but are struggling and not making revenue, and see if it makes a difference for them. You know, so there's my whinge out on YouTube. And YouTube, if you do ever get around to watching this, you know, I would love to have a means to talk to you guys more. Your support staff, you know, are firefighting constantly with all sorts of bugs and little things on the chat thing. They can't help with anything. There should be like a forum, maybe there is, where we can all give you some feedback about big issues, and these are big issues. So thanks for watching the Forensics Unplugged channel and this rant on hashtag YouTube Shorts. See you soon.